it seems like I'm looking off camera, it's because I absolutely am. There was no way that I was going to be able to remember all this in one sitting in such a short amount of time. But here we go. I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers, everyone who watches, comments, likes, shares. I appreciate it all. And I'm coming up on 100 subscribers, and I'm going to be giving away a $100 Visa gift card via drawing once I reach 100 subs. All you have to do to enter to win is subscribe and like and comment on as many videos as you want. And the person will be selected at random. Since the drawing is truly at random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better your chances are to win. Once we reach 100 subs, I'll announce the winner in the next scheduled video at that time and pretty much repeat the process every 100 subscriptions. So thank you again for watching, supporting this channel. Now for more Black quality programming already in progress.
Okay. Let's go. Yeah. All right.
Hello, and welcome to Hit the Rewind, where I deconstruct lyrics from my songs, talk about songs that I like, and give appreciation. Hello, and welcome to Hit the Rewind, where I deconstruct lyrics from my songs, talk about songs that I like, and give appreciation. Hello, and welcome to Hit the Rewind, where I deconstruct lyrics from my songs, talk about songs that I like, and give appreciation to wise wordsmiths. I'm your host, the diabolical daredevil of the double entendre, AJ Bayman, and today we're going to be breaking down lyrics from my song, The Slow Walk Away. Okay, so it's a personal song. A song by which I talk about myself and what I did, the things that I've done and had, and went through, and not trying to get that across in a way that would be unfair to somebody else. And so I started off by saying, can I say where it went wrong, or will that not help? I'm trying to make decisions that don't just benefit myself. I probably should have been doing that from the beginning. It's easy to see mistakes clear when you ain't winning. So I'm clearly talking about, myself, reflecting on things that I've done wrong and trying to, and want, because I want to do just life in general, right? Like this go around. I'm saying, I'm just like thinking out loud about me. It's easy to see mistakes clear when you ain't winning. Took an L, but some love stories are a tragedy. Everybody into that, like the relationship goals, what are you gonna call it? Relationship goal culture. You know what I mean? Like you just want to be like all these people that you see pictures and stuff of, or people doing dope stuff on the internet. That's cool. But, sometimes it goes the other way. And so I'm saying, so I took an L, but some love stories are a tragedy. Everything does not have, every love story does not have a happy ending. You hope for the best, but got to act out the actually. I can't get no realer than that. They say that all's fair in love and war, and now we're casualties. So it turned out the other way for us. Like it's not like anybody's happy about that, or that like it's something to celebrate. It's not. So I'm reaching out to finally get a grip on that reality. Just the reality that is over, is done with. There's nothing that either of us can do but sort of move on. It's saying, I wish that I could go back. It feels like we wasted all them years up. This was, like a super long relationship. And so You know, if it don't turn out the way that you want it, that's just the way that you feel. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like if you go into something and you're feeling like it's going to be for a certain amount of time, even when you don't, even when you don't feel like you want to do it anymore, sometimes you know what I mean? Like, if you said that you're going to be in it for the long haul, it's like, you kind of got to do that. But, it's not as easy as, and it don't sound easy. And I'm saying it's not as easy as it sounds, but it doesn't sound easy at all. It's kind of just, what happens. But I'm saying I wish I could go back because it feels like we wasted all them years up. Supposed to have gave my heart, but ended up in arrears. What? And so, when you owe something and you don't pay it, you end up owing. And so I'm saying I owe arrears on my heart. I owe arrears on love that I should have been giving that I wasn't. What it feels like losing love is everything that we fear. And so I'm here to tell you what it feels like losing, what it feels like to lose love is everything that we fear. It's everything that we think it is. It's one of those things like believe the hype. It sucks. And now I'm another human responsible for a tear. Because you don't want to be the reason that somebody else is sad, or the reason that somebody else is crying or brokenhearted, or because of something that you've done, or because things didn't work out the way that that feels like they were supposed to, and it had something to do with you. Me, I always feel like I'm the central reason of the things that happen to me. Because at the end of the day, I can't really change anything anybody else does. I can only be responsible for my actions. And so in that, like, I really, so I'm really internalizing everything that happened. I'm thinking about like the stuff that happened with me. I'm listing things, things that I could have done in retrospect. I'm accepting that I was not such a great person at a time when I should have been. I wasn't supportive in ways that I should have been supportive in. Some of that is, like just, what can I say? Like, if you knew better, then you would do better. And sometimes knowing, unfortunately for me, I've been, one of those people that just kind of, it takes for something to happen for me to be able to learn a lesson. Sometimes I'm trying to not be that way, but that's the way that it happened that time. And so it kind of is what it is. And so I'm saying, plenty of blame to go around, but all I see is mine. Very, very little margin for error, but couldn't see the lines. Even antidote turns toxic. Something to keep in mind. Stevie Wonder on the highway, I couldn't see the signs. So just backing up to where I said even antidote turns toxic. It's crazy when you get into a new relationship and you think that because it's not immediately like other relationships that you had, that is something brand new, it's something different. You know what I mean? Like, this is exactly what I needed. Coming off of that other stuff, I had to get over that. And now I'm in this. And now, you know what I mean? Like, I'm experiencing different things, and I'm, what I'm saying? Like, this seems like it's better than, than the other, than the previous times. And so it might feel like that relationship is the antidote to everything toxic that you've ever experienced. But them anti-venoms, are what they use to they use venom to make anti-venom. And so I would assume that after a while that stuff spoils. And it also just becomes toxic. It's just toxic. And so it just ended up, Even antidote turns toxic, something to keep in mind. Stevie Wonder on the highway, I couldn't see the signs. I couldn't see, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't see that it was turning that way. I couldn't see that I was that way. I couldn't see the things that I was contributing to that all the time. I couldn't, I ignored a lot of the, you know, it's like if you're driving toward oncoming traffic and like people are beeping at you and like you're just going on your way wondering why. It's just, you know, it's just all bad. Was in the fast lane and now I'm breaking down. Every king is surprised by how they lose the crown. I don't think there were many kings at all that were, you know what I'm saying, that thought that they were washed, that thought that they were getting ready to be dethroned on the day that it happened in the way that it happened. Most of the time, you had to take them by surprise and by force. And I say, I lost mine to somebody who wasn't worthy. Now, you're not LeBron just because you wear the jersey. Listen, filling my shoes is what you can't do. Yes, you need somebody, and one day you'll realize that it ain't you. But until then, you the best man. You got that. I'm not even. It is what it is. You the best man. Tay Diggs and Morris or Brown Sugar. How y'all celebrating my divorce? And so I'm not talking about a divorce party. I'm just saying, like, when you go through a relationship with somebody, by the time when you get to the point where you can't stand the sight of them, or you know what I mean, like you can't even stand to hear their voice. It's like you just gotta know that. There's going to be a sense of relief for them once they're away from you, and probably from you as well. If you feel that, if the feeling is mutual, good Lord, like you're going to feel that. So it's not anything. Divorce is not anything to celebrate. It's not. And so when I say, Brown Sugar, how you celebrating my divorce, I was really using the wordplay from saying, like you the best man, Tay Diggs and Morris. The situation that happened with them in that movie, even though, the dude wasn't my best friend at all. But until then, you the best man, Tay Diggs and Morris, or Brown Sugar, because Tay Diggs was also in Brown Sugar, how y'all celebrating my divorce. That when Tay Diggs and Sanaa Lathan went to the restaurant where he found Nicole Ari Parker on a date with a dude, and so Tay Diggs, he's drunk. He tells the waiter to bring them some champagne, and she asked him, like, what are we celebrating? And he said, "Ooh, my divorce." It was really just wordplay on a couple of classic black movies. So that that wasn't meant to be malicious in any way. Because really, what I'm saying, like, really, I have no hate in my heart. It really is what it is. In enough words to describe what I feel in a thesaurus. And so I'm saying, like, yo, like, I'm not gonna, again, no hate. I've, what I'm saying, but I'm a human being. And so in enough words to describe what I feel in a thesaurus. But you wouldn't know that because I wrote this without a chorus. So even though I don't have the words, I'm trying to formulate the words to describe how I feel. So when I say medicine that tastes bad, they say are the best for us. So this tough therapy apparently has a blessed assurance. So I'm like, that's if there's a silver lining anywhere, like that would be the place, is that, like, this is the worst taste of medicine that you can get. But they say that it's better this way. Like, those are usually like the best kinds of medicine. And so this tough therapy apparently has a blessed assurance. So I'm pretty much just relying on the fact, or depending on the fact that, you know, regardless of what happens, that God is working things out for my good, for the overall good. And so I go on to even say, I've learned that hurt people hurt people. And that's that's something that feels like it's a phrase that feels overused. Oh, I'm not getting ready to miss this movie. Anyway, it's a phrase that feels like it gets overused. But it's really, you can't really say it better than that. Hurt people hurt people. And being transparent doesn't make the hurt see-through. So, you know what I mean? Like, even in explaining it, you can't really, it's hard to really describe to people how you feel, you know. Being transparent doesn't make the hurt see-through, because when there's so many layers of toxic, your mind will deceive you. And that's why I'm surprised that the love of money is the root of evil. And so, I mean, it's just like that. There's so many, when there's so many layers of toxic, your mind will deceive you. You know, man, I mean, you think of, you know, what you're thinking when you're emotional, when you're going through something, is not always the way that things are. And it's hard to really sift through a situation, because everything is not just cut and dry. There are many layers to every situation. And I think that it gets ignored that there are so many variables that contribute to the deterioration of a relationship. And they shouldn't be ignored. And so I'm surprised that the love of money is the root of evil, because this, you know, it just seems like there's so many more evil things, like Jesus. And so I'm like, I don't want to spread this venom. So I'm searching for healing. So I'm not trying to open my mouth and say a whole bunch of, you know, things to anybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my business is my business. Like, I know that I've been the toxic person in a relationship. I know that about myself. I can be real about that. I was having a conversation with my brother the other day. He was like, yeah, you know, we were talking about a time in my life. He was just like, yeah, man. He was like, yeah, during that time you were a scumbag. And I was like, dang, I really couldn't do anything but agree. And so I'm saying I don't want to spread this venom, so I'm searching for healing. And I'm praying that everything that I'm saying is not hitting the ceiling. So I'm hoping that God is hearing my prayers at this point. And apologize to everybody I've affected, rubbing alcohol for self-inflicted wounds that I've collected. And so apologizing to everybody that I've affected. If I owe you one and you haven't got one from me yet, you probably on the list, and you know what I'm saying? Or you might be tripping and I really don't. Either way, but I'm not the type of dude that will not say sorry when I'm wrong. And you know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, forgiveness is what it is. And if, you know, and it's not in my heart to want to do anything to anybody to hurt them. I know that I've done some things, even to people that they may not want to forgive me for, and that's okay. I understand that. That is your right. However, I'm not going to dwell on it. That's the thing. I can say I'm sorry to you from the bottom of my heart. I really am sorry to anybody whom I've offended, anybody that I did something to. We can have a conversation about it, an adult conversation. I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm going to apologize and really mean it from here. Because that's just the person that I really want to be. I want peace. I don't want unforgiveness in my life. That's not what I want. And so, apologize to everybody I've affected. rubbing alcohol for self-inflicted wounds that I've selected. So, you know what I mean? I'm on my own journey of healing from the things that I did to myself, my own self-inflicted wounds. You know what I mean? And so I go on to say, cuts for luck and scars for freedom. That there was a, I don't know if many will remember, but there was an artist by the name of Mystic, and she had an album entitled "Cuts for Luck and Scars for Freedom," and I always dug that. Plus, I dug that project, and she had a song on there called "The Life" that was really dope. "The Life" by Mystic. If you can find it, it'll bless you. So, cuts for luck and scars for freedom. Made a lot of bad decisions, but I don't gotta be them. So I understand I did make a lot of decisions, but I don't have to live my life like those. That stuff doesn't have to continue to define me. So I can take responsibility for the things that I did, but understand that the real of me can't forget what I've lived. So I could definitely take responsibility for the things that I did, and I'm saying, you know, like I've already said that I'm apologizing. I'm owning those mistakes. But understand, like now, you know, like the real in me, like I have things to get over too. Like I have scars and you know, and things that I have to move past as well. And so I have to focus on healing myself internally, my mind, my heart, all of that. I just want to be a whole individual. You know, you feel me? And I say, and I ain't gotta hide, but also don't gotta tell you. Look at where I used to be, and now glance over to where I fell to. So it's obvious that I probably need your prayers. So sure enough, lift me up. I'm Leroy, looking for that rare glow. I always try to sneak a Last Dragon reference into this music, man. But I don't have to hide it. You know what I'm saying? Like I also don't have to bring it up. Still, you know what I mean? Like it is what it is, and that's you know what I mean. Like it's not gonna. I mean, what's gonna happen now? I ended by saying the only guarantee in life is who God is, and that's really, I mean, that's what I believe. That's the honest to God's truth. The only guarantee in life is who God is, and I'm kind of mad it took this long for me to come into that knowledge. But I've spent so long being weighed down with this nonsense. I'm saying like the nonsense that the things that I've been going through, and the way that I was, the ways that I needed to mature, the ways that I needed to not be selfish, the way just to be a better Aaron. I spent so long being weighed down by this nonsense and everything that I'm going through. I'm just ready to be better, and that's just really being honest. What up? That's it. And that's the slow walk away. Thank you for watching. Also, Boba Fett for the Star Wars people. Always represent. Like I got some dope shoes to match this. Y'all can't see the lower. Like one day I'll be able to afford like a bigger room so you don't just see like the background. There's actually some other dope background, but I can't be moving the camera around and stuff, so it's whatever. But you get the point. You see what I'm doing.